Video is to show you how packages like Salesforce, customer relationship management packages, receive data and then transfer that information to QuickBooks in a summarized state. In my example here, Salesforce has received 7 transactions, my bad. We've got 3 straight up donations, a designated donation. There was a payment on a pledge made earlier. This could be a grant money, for instance. Here's a match from Goodyear, and Avon Products gave us a grant. So over here, we're looking at the cash received. Well, the 2 donations were in cash. That could have come from, for instance, through Benevity, or it could have been cash that walked in the door and somebody gave us a check. Doesn't matter. This is a promise to pay. It's a pledge. It's still a donation, but it's a promise to pay. And here's a designated donation that was also a payment. Here's a payment on the pledge. Well, the payment on the pledge was obviously made in a prior period, maybe the prior week, maybe the prior month. And so what we do is reduce the promise to pay and put the money in a payment because we've reduced our accounts receivable here. Here is a match from a company. We treat that as a straight up donation as well. And here we have a grant that is a promise to pay, much like what would have happened here. So the grantor, in this case Avon Products, has promised us a grant. We're sure we're going to get it. We've booked the income, and we are simply waiting for the money to come in. So in this case, in our actual payments, we had $1,205. The promises to pay were $4,000, $4,040, my bad. And that's the total transactions is $25,245. Makes sense. So what do we do? Well, we went across the street to the bank and we made one deposit for all of these transactions of $1,205. Guess what? That matches the money that we've collected for the day that we've recorded in Salesforce. I would assume somebody's going to check that. This could also come through other means of direct deposit. For instance, Benevity would direct deposit the money. But one way or the other, we know the cash got there and it matches the total of the transactions that we've posted in Salesforce. What happens in QuickBooks? Well, the report that you give me in QuickBooks says, here's the total donation income, the total designated donation income, and the total grants. Obviously, this can be broken out in other ways as well, more detail, but these are the 3 categories that I've chosen. Total income, 5245, 5245, all matches up. We had cash of $2,005. I would expect to see the bank will tell me at some point that they received $1,205. This would come through the bank feed. So these 2 match. I don't have to raise any issues. And the change in accounts receivable is $4,040, same number that's up here. And if, let's say they paid a $10,000 payment, you can see that the cash would go up and the promise to pay would actually be a negative number because we reduced it in this period by $10,000 and that overwhelmed everything else. So my change in accounts receivable down here was negative 4960 because we've reduced it. They paid the money that they owed us. This is how simple it is in QuickBooks to report. This is all that I need. Total cash deposited, I can compare that to the money I get from the bank or the reports I get from the bank. Change in accounts receivable, I don't care who gave it to me, I just want to know what the change is. And then I want to know from where it came, designated donations and so forth. Hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. Thank you.